Yo, what's good people, it's Vega. I'm going to give you a quick beat breakdown of my newest single, Remember Me, out now on all streaming platforms. Get locked in. So the first thing I put into this beat was some chords. So I picked up a plug-in and I found a pad. The pad was called Air Tonight, and this is what it sounds like. Then I added a vocal and I put some delay and reverb onto it to give it a bit of air and a bit of space in the track. Then I added a couple claps, panned some to the left and right. So I put a little bit of a delay onto the clap to give it a bit more movement. Next thing I put a snare style sound, but it wasn't actually a snare, it's called a bat. It kind of sounds like somebody stepping up and hitting the ball. So I put that in, it's a bit like a rim shot, so that's what this sounds like. Then I added another rim shot with a bit of delay on again to again fill the space and give it some movement. So this is this by itself. Then before each drop I added a hi-hat, a sliding open hi-hat to kind of let the build up flow into the drop. After that I added my first closed hi-hat of the track. So what I did was I added a little falling effect to the end of the hi-hats to kind of give it another transitional feel along with the open hi-hat. Then I added more of a repetitive hi-hat to really enforce the rhythm home, because all the other percussion I put in were kind of erratic and all over the place, and this kind of just like glued it all together. So this is what that sounds like. Really simple. Then I added a synth to fill up some of the space in the background with the melody, kind of an airy synth. That's what this sounds like by itself. And then the bass. That kind of brings it all together and sits at the bottom of the track and gives like almost a subconscious melody and movement to the track. If you really listen carefully to it, you'll be able to hear the way that the bass kind of like drives the movement of the track along with the percussion around it, kind of supporting it. Finally, I added in the kick. So that's that. So all of that together sounds like this. In the chorus, I added the same chords that I added initially, but I dropped them down a few octaves to give the main chord sequence some support, some more low end, because at the beginning of the first chorus I take away most of the percussion. So that gives it an extra layer to kind of like sit and fill out the track. So this is what this sounds like. Very airy. I think I took all the high end away from this one, so it's all kind of just the low and the mids. As the second verse begins, there's a new like sub melody in there. I threw this in post-production after I'd recorded. I was listening back and I was thinking the beginning of the second verse needed something a little bit different. So I played this melody on the same plugin that I put the chords in, just a higher octave, and again I took some of the high end down so it sounds almost like underwater sounding. So this is this. Kind of changes the environment of the song a little bit. That's because it's almost like, if you see the video, which is also available out right now, it's like two sides. The first side is very ambitious and very almost optimistic, more somberly optimistic, but then the second half is a lot more somber, a lot more dark almost, and almost like rebellious in a way, I guess. Maybe the wrong word, but we move on anyway. So that melody along with the chords sounds like this. Finally, I added a few transitions. So this is the transition that brings us into the beginning of the song, the first drop. Then this is the second one. A lot more fast and abrupt, because it's within a verse. It's almost like transitioning from the first half of the verse to the second half of the verse. So it's kind of a switch. When I change my vocal cadence and vocal tone, it kind of comes in and helps with the switch. So altogether, it sounds like this.
Man, I'm moving solo and putting on the logo, but I got the hopes though for my humble abode. Going overseas to fill my needs, I'm in a different time zone, spending nights on my own, staring down at my phone, trying to make my mind up. Am I just all wound up for thinking this could happen, stacking from the lines I might wrote? Forever in a day, I gotta get out of this place, can't be in this race, gotta find a tranquil state. Need a pistol on my waist, cause I can't trust any face, plotting on my case, yeah they're all up in my space. Paranoid all day that they'll take it all away. I gotta escape, gotta find a place to safe.